All right, well, let's complete the rest of the cycle, because frankly, in 15 minutes, you just learned more than most of the people in the whole world know about building buyers list. Did you not?
Yes.
All right. That's all online. Is there a whole other world offline? Yes, and you better do both. Do not rely on just one. Look, I know if you're 35 years old, you just soon do away with telephones, but the rest of the world's not going to do away with them. And some people are going to call. Besides, some people are not going to have a chance to go online. Perhaps they might go by your house and see a sign in front of it with a phone number on it, and then they'll call a voicemail box. So on page 114, there's a script that you can, well, first you probably ought to set up a voicemail box. And you can do that at Pat Live. Guys, it's as good as any. It's as good as any. Set up a voicemail box at Pat Live, because most of you already have an account there. It's dirt cheap. I don't know what it is, 20, 30 bucks a month. Doesn't matter. And there's no usage per se, but if they transcribe the messages, then you pay them some little fee for doing that. There's plenty of voicemail box services out there, but you know, why shop? A voicemail box is a voicemail box. And all you then do is set up, for example, if you need a multi-port now. I'm not talking about your answering machine at your house or Bell's, Ma Bell's answering machine. I'm talking about a sophisticated voicemail box with multiple ports. Because I would assume that most of you are going to have more than one house for sale at any given time. Am I correct? Yes? Say yes. All right. So the first thing that you need to do when they set up the voicemail box is to guide the caller to whatever house they might be calling about and give them a choice. If you're calling about the house in Mandarin, press 1. If you're calling about the house in Southside, press 2, and so forth and so on. And now each one of these is a port. And now on that particular port is the information you see on 114 the way you want it to read for your particular house. And you're going to pick up the telephone and you're going to follow the prompts and you're going to read the script after you finish the script for your use. This is not rocket science. And in fact, you're going to read it and your fumbling and bumbling should stay in it. You do not need to make it perfect. You need to sound like a human being that is not a sophisticated person that won't intimidate me when I actually come to meet them. It would be nice if you had a southern female voice read this. But if not, your voice is fine. Don't care really. But I do care that it is easy to understand with no major accent and sounds friendly. That's all I care about. And if you don't know anybody like that, get new friends. And it just basically guides them right on down the line. Tells them about the house, tells them about how you're going to be easy to deal with and bank qualifying is not required. And then it says, listening to the following driving instructions carefully. And man, I want them to be very, very short. Very, very short. Any doofus today can pick up their cell phone and punch in an address and go GPS take them to the house. So don't get carried away on the directions. You're just making the call longer. In my case, I put the lockbox code right in the recording, and it would not bother me one bit. It would not keep me awake at night. For those of you who that would keep awake at night, you can leave the lockbox code out of the recording if you wish and make them call you from the house to get it. I personally do not see the need. Hey, John, Stephanie, do you guys put the lockbox code in the message, or do you make them call you when they get to the house?
They call us.
You got a mic? He says they call you, and I want to know why you decided that they should call you.
We have them call us so that the VA can talk to them, get their information, point out other properties.
Fill out the buyer sheet.
Yeah,
Okay, and maybe guide them to another house.
Guide them to other
I have no
properties.
problem with that.
right.
I have no problem with that. I really don't. In fact, that probably works very well. But they can call you after they get in the house too, can't they? I mean, if they go in the house and they go through the lockbox and they like what they see, they got to call, pretty much, to determine where to go next. But your plan's fine with me, as long as they're calling from the house. You're telling me they got to go to the house to get the phone number to call you with to get the lockbox code.
That's true. They will not get the code until they're in front of the house.
All right, you guys getting that? The phone number to get a hold of a human being is on the sign in front of the house,
They got it.
not in the ad. The phone number in the ad is the voicemail box number, which is a number Pat Live gives you, which is dedicated strictly for this purpose. Take calls from these buyers. Another phone number will go to your VA in your case, right?
Yes.
All right? And then the VA knows to fill out the property information sheet and hopefully gives them the lockbox code and, of course, gets their contact information and then follows up with them after they think they've seen the house, right?
That's correct. We instruct them that once they're leaving the property to call back in to let us know that they've left and that they've turned all the lights off, locked the door, all that kind of stuff, because we tell them that we have neighborhood watch keeping an eye on the property, so we want to make sure that, they're not getting the police called on them.
Okay.
Even though we don't.
The neighbors are watching it, right? Right? Well, they should be.
Right.
Yeah. Whenever you get a house and you're ready to put it on the market, you should go to both sides. Say, hey, I'm putting this house on the market. By the way, if you have anybody that you have interest in, you want to live beside, please let me know now. If not, I really appreciate you keep an eye on it for me. And if you see anything weird going on, would you call me, please? And you know what I'd do if I were you? Now, if you were in Jacksonville, as soon as you leave and you get home, you mail them a gift certificate to LeGrand's Steak and Seafood. That's what I would do if I were you in Jacksonville. Now, if you don't live in Jacksonville, you mail them a gift certificate to something else, guys. You would not believe the cooperation you get after that. Don't tell them you're doing it. Just do it. And put a thank you card with it. Thank you. Nice to meet you. And I'd appreciate you keeping an eye on the house. Here's just a little something for your effort. The law of reciprocity will kick in, and I'll bend over backwards to help you sell that house, and you will get a call anytime anything looks funny over there. And you got watchdogs going on for free. But take care of them. Take care of them. And by the way, while I'm on that subject, you don't have to go buy the gift certificates. Go make a deal with a local restaurant. I did this with an Italian restaurant. Not a big one now. Don't try to go do this with Outback. You're not going to get anybody in there to make a decision. So go to your little local. Go to one of the hottest little local restaurants you got. Or maybe one on each side of town, and just make a deal with them. Say, hey, here's my credit card number. Here's a coupon that I'm going to send to people occasionally. And when they redeem this coupon, would you charge my credit card, please, up to this amount? That way you're not paying for the certificate until it's redeemed. And they charge your card and they hold a certificate. And it works great. Do you know what the breakage rate is on coupons? 30%. 30% of the coupons, of the gift certificates, I'm sorry, not coupons, gift certificates. 30% of the gift certificates in this country that are purchased do not ever get redeemed. And they call that breakage. In the restaurant industry, it's 18%. So that I know if I sell a $100 gift certificate, a gift card, that 18% of that is never going to get redeemed on the average. And that helps with the cost. All right. Okay, you follow me so far? Staying awake? Okay.